Hi, I like Minecraft, I like Greek mythology. So, I'm gonna build the Greek temples in Minecraft. Little disclaimer, of course, I'm not a scholar, I'm not a historian, I'm just doing all this for fun. So, without much ado, let's begin. First, let's start off with the Temple of Chaos. Chaos is the beginning, chaos is the gap. Chaos was the expanse of nothingness before any of the other primordial gods were created. Now, I could have just created this in the void under the overworld, but I've decided to create this in the void in the end, not just for easy access. See, I've been thinking, wouldn't it be so poetic and ironic if I were to create the beginning in the end? And while I build, I'll be talking about some of the myths that chaos is in, or in this case, the only myth chaos is in. At the beginning, there was nothing, there was only chaos. And from chaos was born Gaia, Eros, Nyx, and Tartarus, Earth, Love, Night, and the Abyss, respectfully. Alright, that's it. See you next week. Wait, guys, I'm joking. Please don't click off. Please. So, I didn't actually build a temple for chaos, but that's because the ancient Greeks didn't actually worship chaos. However, they did worship the other primordial gods. And they definitely worshipped Gaia, who I will be building a temple for next in this video. This will probably be the only time where I build two temples in one video, mainly because the sign I placed down for chaos didn't exactly count. So let's get started. We love the earth, it is our planet. So I actually have a sketch of kind of what I want Gaia's temple to be. And yes, it is just a mountain. And even though she was definitely worshipped a lot in Greek mythology, I kind of want this to parallel how she is basically a sleeping deity. Inside, there will definitely be a shrine dedicated to her, but I want the entire mountain to basically be her temple. As you can see, it kind of looks, I wanted to make it look like that there's like a rocky staircase that is her arm, and the waterfall to resemble hair. So it kind of looks like she's sleeping on her side. Okay, so I have a problem. The chisel and bits mod, which I need to use to make bite-sized but detailed statues, uses forge, and the replay mod uses fabric, which means I don't think I can give you a good montage of me landscaping this entire place and building um, Gaia's shrine. So just be prepared for that. According to Hesiod's theogony, after being born from chaos, Gaia created Uranus, the sky, Pontus, the sea, and the Aurea, the mountains. Together, Gaia and Uranus had three sets of children. First, the Titans, which consisted of Oceanus, Coeus, Crius, Iapetus, Hyperion, Thea, Themis, Tethys, Phoebe, Mnemosyne, Rhea, and Cronus. Pay attention to the last one, he's going to be important later. After the Titans, she had the Cyclops, Argus, Brontus, and Stereopus. Lastly, the Hectoncheires, or hundred-handed ones, Briareus, Cottus, and Gyas. Disgusted by the looks of his last sets of children, Uranus threw them into the abyss as to not have to see them. This royally pissed off Gaia, so she tried to get her Titan children to kill him. However, no one really liked the thought of challenging their father until the youngest, Cronus, stepped up to the challenge. He was handed a jagged scythe, though in some versions it's a sickle, which he used to castrate his father while Gaia distracted him. This earned him title as King of the World. And after that, the Titans married each other. Yeah, there's a lot of incest in mythology. Oceanus married Tethys, having 3,000 sons called the Potamoi, or just every river in Greece, and 3,000 daughters, who were the springs of Greece. Of these 3,000 daughters was the river Styx, who, for some reason, is a river, but also lumped in with the 3,000 spring daughters. Coeus and Shining Phoebe had two daughters, Leto, who was the mother of Artemis and Apollo, and Astrea, who turned into an island to escape Zeus. Creus actually didn't marry his sister. He married his half-sister, Eurybia, who was the daughter of Gaia and Pontus. I'll get to that family ball of intersected branches later. Together they had three sons, Astraeus, Pallas, and Persis, the last not to be confused with Perseus. Iapetus married his niece, one of the 3,000 spring nymphs, Clymene, and had Atlas, who holds up the sky, Menetius, titan of rash action and violence, Prometheus, titan of foresight, and Epimetheus, titan of hindsight. Hyperion married Thea, titan of light and vision, who gave birth to one boy and two girls, Helios the sun, Selene the moon, and Eos the dawn. Themis was the titan goddess of law, order, and custom. She was the mother of the Horai, the seasons, listed as Eunomia, law, Dike, justice, and Irene, peace. Themis also had the Morai, the faiths, Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos. Mnemosyne was the goddess of memory, who slept with Zeus for 9 nights in a row and had the Muses, Calliope of epic poetry, Clio of history, Euterpe of music and lyric poetry, Erato of love poetry, Melipone, tragedy, Polyhymnia, hymns, Terpsichore of dance, Thalia of comedy, and Urania of astronomy. Lastly, Kronos, titan of time, and Rhea, mother of the gods, had the first Olympians. Oh, Alika, you may probably not be asking. What about Uranus's balls? Well, Hesiod has you covered. After getting neutered, Uranus's sac blood mixed with the earth, making the Meli, or ash tree nymphs, and the Furies, winged goddesses of vengeance, and then the giants. There's a lot of those, so I'm not naming them. And then the balls themselves became Aphrodite after being tossed into the sea. Now, the sac blood beings that were created counted as children of Gaia and Uranus because it was Uranus's blood mixing with Gaia's body, the earth. So does that mean that Aphrodite is the child of Uranus and Pontus because Pontus is the ocean and Aphrodite was the result of Uranus's balls mixing with the ocean? Overthrown, Gaia was again mentioned helping Rhea hide baby Zeus from Cronus. After he had already eaten his last few children, Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon in that order. This first happened because Gaia, using the Oracle of Delphi, foresaw that one of Cronus' children would overthrow him and warned him about it, making him extremely paranoid and instead of just not having sex, ate all of his children as soon as they popped out. Now, I could tell you about the details of how Zeus overthrew Kronos, but I feel like I should save that for when I make videos about the Olympians. So we're going to skip that. Once Cronus was overthrown, he and his allies were banished to Tartarus forever. This angered Gaia, as she didn't like any of her offspring being imprisoned. And so she slept with Tartarus, creating Typhon, an eldritch horror abomination designed to overthrow the Olympians. This horrific force of nature married Echidna, who gave birth to many of the monsters seen in mythology. Up till now, I've been going off of Hesiod's theogony, but I won't be telling his version of Typhon's battle with Zeus, since it's really just Zeus beat Typhon's ass, and that's not very exciting. In Pindar's version, Typhon was really close to overthrowing the gods, and maybe technically did. So Typhon stormed into Olympus, scaring many of the gods and causing them to flee to Egypt in the form of animals. This created crossovers. This created syncretism. Zeus decided to stop fleeing and go back to fighting Typhon, and was holding up pretty well until Typhon violently ripped out his tendons, imprisoning him under Mount Etna, guarded by the giant snake lady not related to Echidna named Delphi. Hermes and Pan decided to sneak back to Greece and re-tendon Zeus, allowing him to unleash all hell on Typhon and send him back to Tartarus. See overly sarcastic production for details and cool visuals. And also Gaia had like 5 kids with Pontus, Eurus, Thalamus, Porces, Ceto, and Eurybia. So that's it. Gaia was created from nothing, and from her was born both gods and monsters. She was the world, but she also created the world. And now I've created a small shrine for her in Minecraft. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.